Good morning. How are you? My hair's like doing its hair thing. Yeah, I still have a bad headache, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday. Yesterday, like lights and sounds were like not my friend, so I'm able to get up and move around. I would say I'm like at a 4, but like it feels like I have like a rubber band around my eyes and my head just like squeezing. So that's not fun. But I'm up and I'm moving. So it's like at a 4 or 5. And I keep calling my neurologist because they were starting me on a new medication. And I went to my neurologist on the 3rd, and I still have not got approved through Express Scripts yet. So just been hanging, waiting for medication. How are you doing, Glinda? I got coffee though, so I treated myself. Good morning, Merle. Oh man, I cannot believe it's the 15th. We're halfway through July. I'm not gonna lie, I can do without this summer. This summer has been extremely hot so far and humidity. Like it normally doesn't get really high temps around here. Like I'm used to California where like it'll be like 110 or 100 and something and you're just like, okay, right? But there's not that much humidity unless you're like in the beach areas like Laguna Niguel or Dana Point, San Clemente, things like that. And then I moved to Arizona, and I call that the devil's playground because woo wee. You don't know heat until you've been into like okay, it's dry heat. So it feels like I know everyone says humidity is worse, but I don't know. I don't know. Arizona, out of all the places I've ever lived, I would move to Arizona if it had Maryland's weather. I know this sounds weird. They have the best restaurants, the best grocery stores, the best people. Everyone's so cool in Arizona. They have it's just amazing. I loved living there. I felt like I even though I was a mom, I still had a very active life being an adult, and I feel like sometimes as adults, when we have children, we forget who we were before we had kids. I didn't feel that there. So, I have, like, a warm spot for Arizona. However, that weather, dude, it is not for the faint of heart, and it is not the business. It is not the business at all. Good morning. Oh, New Zealand. I wanna go there because I am a huge Lord of the Ring fan, and there's a couple of friends that I have on my Patreon that are from New Zealand, and I'm like, I'm gonna pop up in New Zealand and be like, "Can I crash here? Because I need to have my, Hobbit experiences, you know? I wanna go to New Zealand so, so bad." Oh, thank you. You don't like my hair? I'm sorry. It's my hair. But it's cool if you don't like it. Everyone doesn't like everything. So, yeah, so today's going to be warm. Okay, it's going to be in the 90s, but the humidity is going to make it a heat index of 110 out here, which is ridiculous. Like absolutely ridiculous. And I am not looking forward to picking up kids and being out and about in today's heat. I'm not a heat person. I love my favorite season is fall and spring because of the weather, you know? Who I know who's like I but there are people that love the heat. Like my sister loves being in the sun and she loves like the sun touching her body and she loves heat. She like recoils when it comes down to cold. Like she's like the Grinch before he had cardiomyopathy. Um, so she's like the Grinch, and she is not all about the fall and winter and spring. She is all about the summer. So it's really hilarious because she's a spring baby and I'm a summer baby, and I am just like I love swimming. I love being in the ocean during this time, but my perfect weather to me is like 80 degrees and like surfing. Okay, the AC I know, the ACs the AC can't stop humidity though. That's the thing. Like, so I'm perfectly content that I'm going to have a sweat mustache this whole summer. I'm gonna have it. And it's just I'm gonna ride with it. I can't do anything about it. Oh my God, all sunscreen. Okay, so I'm allergic to the sun. So my kids have this running joke that I'm a vampire because if I'm out in the sun for more than 15 minutes, I get a heat rash. No matter if I have sunscreen on, no matter if I'm like fully out of the trying to stay in the shade or whatever, something about the sun in me, like they're like, "You're allergic to the sun. I knew you were a vampire." And I'm like, "Awesome." Good morning, Christine. I know. Oh, of ice frozen water. Linda, you know, when I go pick up Faith, because it's at noon, and you know, between noon and two, that's like when the sun is like at its worst. Um, I have a frozen water bottle. I just keep it on the back of my neck, or I'll bring an ice pack and just have it on me because as long as I have some kind of ice on me, it keeps me cool, then I'm fine. I know we're gonna be it Arnetta, we're not in it for today. Today is not the thing. And Arnetta knows that we don't really get extremely high temperatures. So today is going to be a really bad day for the Maryland, DC, and well, the Delmarva. If you're not familiar, if you're not from the States, Delmarva is Delaware, Virginia, and Maryland. So that's what they call it. Like we don't have the DMV out here, we have the MVA, which still throws me off. It still throws me off. Um, so we have the MVA out here. So in the Delmarva area, there's all these advisories today, and it's just because it normally doesn't get that hot. Like when the first I've been here for 14 years, and I can count on my hands how many times we got on one hand how many times I've got to 100 degrees in Columbia. It doesn't get that hot. It's the humidity, but today is going to be hot and humid, and I'm just like, the only thing I give Maryland is that sometimes when it's hot and humid, that rain comes in. That rain does come in, and what I do like about, this area is that at night, the temperatures drop. See, like, in the desert, it doesn't do that. Like, it'll be, like, 100 degrees, and it's 9 o'clock at night, and you're just like, "Why? Why am I why?" I know I'm not flash floods last night. Yeah, with the crazy weather. I mean, man, if people don't believe in climate control, they really need to pay attention. They just need to pay attention. We need to be more cognizant about our carbon footprints. Like Arnetta just got a that you guys are supposed to know what this means. Me dancing. She just got she just got Arnetta, help me out. You got something on the roof of your house. The I'm I'm struggling for words still. I'm feeling better. I'm not as much. There you go. Annette got the solar panels. Annette, thank you, thank you. She just got the solar panels, and that helps tremendously with energy assistance. I know everyone can't get those, but we all need to start looking a little bit more into like what we can do, like whether it's recycling or you know, just different things that we can do. Just like I was trying to figure out different places that we can put fabric in that is not in the landfills. Like, is there a place that you can do it where they can like repurpose it and make it into fabric again? Because fabric is like the number one thing that's in the landfills right now, which is freaking bat guano crazy. But I can understand that. Like right now, I have like two huge bins full of scraps, and like I am reluctant to throw them away because I know that's what's in the landfill right now. You know, like I don't want to be a part of the problem. I want to be part of the solution. Like I was talking to, I believe, Yvonne. Yvonne was telling me in California, they're trying to have it by 2035 that you guys all have solar cars, which is very interesting because I feel like that takes away your rights somewhat, but at the same time, I understand why, because California is the most congested state out of all the states that we have in the US. But solar cars or the partial solar cars where that they still run on gas or they can run on solar depending on what. I don't think solar cars will really work in the Maryland area because we look like we have Freddy Krueger weather like 99% of the year. Like it's usually overcast. At least where I'm at in Colombia, like when it's bright and sunny, it's really rare. Like I'm like, oh my God. Oh, there you go. Stuffed dog beds for shelters. Oh my God, Julie, that's a great idea. Yep, I used to pick up stuff and goes overseas, fabric and plastic. Yep. Okay, talk to. Making cooling neck bands filled with water. Mm. Oh, that is Muriel, that is interesting. Oh my god, yeah, that is cool. I need to like I swear to you, I think I'm sleeping with ice packs not because they do help with my headaches. Like if I put an ice pack between here or on my eyes, they help. Like right now, I have a headache, and you could probably see it in my eyes because I've been told that when I have headaches, that my eyes, you could tell by my eyes. It's like it's from like my eyes, and it goes like across my head. Um, and I don't sometimes I get my cluster headaches confused with my migraines, but this headache, it did go away, like, I feel way better than I did yesterday, but I still feel it, but I gotta get up and work. Thank you. I try. I can't wait to cut all the color out of my hair, actually. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me a little bit nuts, but I'm trying not to do anything because I'm an impulsive person. Um, and that you guys heard me talk about last week that I'll have one nail that broke off, and then all my nails are long, and I'm sitting here. I'll contemplate all day if I'm going to cut them all to the same size. I don't know what's wrong with me. So today I'm going to be sewing up a strike. I sewed up strikes this weekend that so from what I'm not mistaken, Alchemat's pre-order is going to start opening up on the 20th, so that's in 5 days. So I can start showing you my strikes on after the 20th, and I'm really excited for this round because it's gonna have she has some really great Harry Potter. She has some cool Star Wars. She has I was gonna say Dragon Ball Z, but it's not Dragon Ball Z. It's she just has a lot of unique stuff. Again, like I said, Olivia always knows how to make something a little bit special. So she's gonna have there's just like a lot of cool prints I'm looking over here. I'm even looking at her next round, and she's just amazing. So today is the last day for I was gonna say Baltimore Backstitch Princess closing, so they have their last round. Now, let me explain to you about this round. It's mostly solids. I'm not going to fabricate to you. My favorite thing from Backstage Prints was their solids. Um, Amber always has really pretty faux suedes, metallics, shimmer. It's very high quality. She does a lot of testing. I tested a couple of her fabrics for her to see if they would be good for the public. She's really about it. Like, she's not putting out stuff that doesn't represent Backstitch. So, unfortunately, there's some issues going on internally, which I have no clue about, but this is the last round. So, if you've been wanting to do Backstitch, she does have a pre-order open, and it's the last one, and there's tons of different vinyls. So if you've been like trying to expand your horizon and not just have like marine vinyl or whatever, you could try matte, faux suede, faux leather, like all different kinds, shimmer, that waterfall thing that people go crazy for. She has all of this available, and it's going to be the last pre-order. And hopefully, I'm hoping that Amber can continue not through Backstitch because she's really, really good at picking out fabrics. I'm really sad that Backstitch is going. It's like it feels like an end of an era. It feels like horrible. It feels like watching Dawson's Creek, and then all of a sudden they're like, guess what? Oh, this is the last episode. And you're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I said Dawson's Creek. I'm old, okay, guys. um, or watching, I don't know, something, but yeah, so that's it. This weekend has been a blow too, dude. So many famous people passed away. Shannon Doherty, she was a huge part of my childhood. I wanted to be her. She passed away. Dr. Ruth passed away. Dr. Ruth is a pioneer in like talking about relationships and sex and stuff like that that people were not doing back in the 80s and 90s. So she passed away. And then Richard Simmons. Oh my God. I always wanted to meet him because I just thought his personality was just amazing and how he wanted to help people lose weight and like he did it in a fun way. We got a lot of blows this weekend. I was just like, can I know things happen in threes. My mom always used to say that, and then I do notice it, but I was like, damn, not like all on the same day. That's a lot for us to all take in. um Okay, the sneak peek, yeah. You guys watch Olivia. She is adorable. Like Olivia needs a YouTube channel. I would just sit there and watch her. She's so animated and she's pretty. So just and super smart and funny and there's so many great things about her. What you see is what you get. She has a heart of gold. So definitely tune in to Alchemats at 12 Pacific Standard Time for that. And then you have Backstitch. I think they end today's the last day, and I think you have an hour and 20 minutes. They close at 10 a.m. So don't forget. Yeah, you met Richard Simmons. Oh, see, I never got to meet him. I always wanted to meet him. I always thought we were going to bump into each other in California casually. I thought I wanted to meet Shannon Doherty. I'm a huge charm. I 90210 was too old for me when it came out, so I knew she was there, but how I knew Shannon Doherty was through Charmed. I loved Charmed. I loved it. And when her character passed away in Charmed, I was like devastated because like she was my favorite character because she was just so her character was so vivacious, so headstrong, and I don't know. And she was the older sister, and I'm the oldest sister, I'm the oldest child, so I just felt some kind of connection to her character, and I always wanted to meet her to say thank you because a lot of the things that she was displaying through Charm is what I was feeling like as a child, being the oldest, and I had no idea. I had no one to relate to because all my friends were like the middle kid or the baby or whatever, and me being the oldest, I had nothing to have a role model of like, and I had a heavy burden where my parents were like, you have to watch over your siblings, like you have to, you're the oldest, da da da. And her character and charm just help alleviate to make me feel like I wasn't alone. I know I had no magical powers, even though I wanted to pretend like I had telekinesis. But her her character being the oldest and always being gun ho and trying to solve everyone's problems and trying to be like a mother-like figure, I was able to relate to. So it was really sad. And Dr. Ruth, I just remember like when my mom would watch TV talk shows like Gina Jones and Arsenio Hall and all that stuff. My mom liked talk shows back when I was little. That Dr. Ruth was always something of a controversy. And then when you look at her career, she was the pioneer for so many women. She was talking about things that were like so clutch your pearls and taboo. We lost another powerful figure. It's freaking crazy. Three, and they all were all on Saturday. I'm like, what the hell? It was the 13th, but I mean, damn. I was so I'm sorry to that is I cannot believe that. Um so yeah, this weekend was very interesting. I'm not going to talk about anything political because we all seen what happened this weekend, which I find I'm still in shock over it. So this weekend has just been one of those weekends that are like, what the F? And yeah. And a lot of eyes are on America right now, right? So let's do good things. And then we have heat. So today I'm going to be sewing up a strike and then I'm going to pick up my daughter. Hopefully I can finish the strike after I pick her up. I pick her up around noon. So I have to tape up this pattern and then cut out all the pieces. So I'm taking my time and cutting everything out and then I'm going to sew it up when I pick her up and I'm hoping I can finish it within 2 to 3 hours. Um that's big. And then I'm gonna start prepping. I need to figure out my fabrics for tomorrow. Tomorrow we do the first half of the Austin bag book in Patreon, and I've never made this pattern before. I've always wanted to. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit of a intimidated by it, but the more I read the pattern, the more I'm like, this is gonna be fun. But I haven't picked out my fabric. You know me, I'm last minute, so I need to go through all my fabric. and work that out. And I'm looking across my workroom and it's horrible. I cannot wait until these conventions are over so I can reorganize everything, because right now I am just like, it is not the business. um so yeah, that's basically all I'm doing today. I'm really excited to sew today because I didn't sew yesterday because I wasn't feeling very well at all. Um so that's what my plans are: sewing and getting a hold of my neurologist and picking up my daughter. Um that's it, and trying to beat the heat. So if you guys are out there and you don't have AC, try to stay cool. Check on your elders or people that are sick, because there's been a lot of passing away in America over heat strokes. Make sure, if you see, even if you see a stray dog, putting out some water or something. It's too hot. It's too hot for us not to care about other things and other beings and other people right now. So please, please, please take look after people that may not be able to look after themselves. I know that sometimes that people ask for money on the side of the road, but I like to sometimes keep frozen water bottles. So when I see those kind of people, I can give them a water bottle because it's just way, way too hot. So just check on people, and just make sure everyone's okay around you. That's the best you could do, especially if you're healthy. Just, you know, a little act of kindness, pay it forward. So I'm going to hop off and I am going to work up the strike. So I will talk to you guys all later. I hope everybody stays cool and you're able to do whatever you want to do today. Remember, you're awesome. I'll talk to you later.